So it's one of these two ways that you're going to make money, and you have to know which one it is. Driven Mofos, welcome back to another episode of The Underestimated Entrepreneur. I was just watching a clip with the amazing Rory Sunderland, who is a genius marketer, and he was talking about how you can make more money in a market or how you create more value in a market. Now, money and value are really interchangeable. When people come to me and they say, I don't have enough money, what they're really saying is, I don't have enough value, or I don't know how to market this value that I have to the world. So it could be a self-worth problem. It could be an ability to market the person or the product or the services problem. What he was talking about was that there are really only two ways to create value. You create a product or a service which you believe is of value, and then you need to go out to the world and make people want the product or the service. Or you do it the other way around, where you go out to the market, you find out what the market already want and what they value, and then you go and make it or produce it for them. So either one of those two ways work. A lot of entrepreneurs out there hear this idea of like, you've got to go out to the market, ask the market what it wants, and then go out and then create that product. Well, that's only one form. There are a lot of people out there like myself that when I was younger, I just found coaching, right? I remember sitting in the medical center that I was working at as a personal trainer, doing physical rehabilitation, working with physiotherapists and doctors and so on. And I remember sitting next to this guy who was this big bikey looking guy. You know, it looked like he rode for an outlaw motorcycle gang. And I used to see him in there every couple of days and I would have a chat with him. This one day I sat down next to him and I said, look, how's everything going? And he looked at me and he said, you know, Michael, I'm in so much pain in my back and I don't know what's going on, but the pain's there. I've been seeing the physio for months now. I've been going to treatment. I've been doing all the right things, yet I'm still in pain. And then he looked at me and tears started welling up in his eyes. And he said, Michael, they're sending me to a psychologist because they believe it's all in my mind. In that moment, I clicked and I was like, holy shit, that's the whole piece of the missing jigsaw puzzle. Now, prior to that, there was a psychologist that was working in the medical center. And I remember sitting down and asking her questions about mindset, like why are people depressed? And she just said, well, it's a chemical imbalance. Well, that theory has been completely debunked. And I debunked that many, many years ago because I asked her why. Why was there a chemical imbalance? Why do people have these imbalances in their brain? And she said, well, it's just genetic. It's just the way that it is. And I thought it can't be just the way that it is. There has to be more to it. Now, do I believe that genetics plays a part? Yeah, maybe. And that's a maybe, probably in extremely rare cases. Maybe there is damage, like there is definitely evidence out there of people who have had brain trauma where that can definitely affect their neurological responses or their neurochemistry and so on. But for most people, it didn't make sense. Right? When I spoke to most people, that didn't seem to be what was happening. There seemed to be a point like life was good and then now all of a sudden they're depressed and they didn't know why. So I knew there was something to it. There had to be triggers. There had to be reasons. So I wanted to dive deep into it. And so I started going out and studying things like neuro-linguistic programming or NLP. I did 3 mastery programs back to back to back. Much to my disappointment, they were all the same and taught the same shit, even though that they said that they were all different and they were the world's best and all that stuff. You know, like I see still online today, the world's best mindset coach or #1 Australian coach. And I would spank most of them. So I don't know how they got that award. But anyway, I think they just put it on there because it sounds good because they studied for a week and think that they're smart. But anyway, the way that I got into it was I went, you know what? I love this. This thing has helped me. Like working on my mindset is helping me. So therefore it has to help other people. So I saw it helping me. And then I went out to the marketplace and then had to market myself. And so I got quite good at marketing because marketing is human behavior. And I thought I can understand how people operate. I have to go share this with the world and now work on my sales or my marketing in order to get people to understand that they need to work on their mindset. That without working on their mindset, they're fucked. Every person out there who's listening to this right now, if you're listening to this right now, I guarantee you're already capping yourself. And if you could get rid of that cap, which most of those caps, those glass ceilings that you're hitting, they're your own self-imposed glass ceilings. And you know that. You know that it's you holding you back. But my question is, what are you going to do about it? That comes down to how well I can market my products and services to hopefully get you to step up, to realize that it's more important to work on your mindset than going out drinking on the weekend or putting it into a new car. For me, I sold my cars when I was younger so that I could go and study and learn. These days I speak to most people and they know that they want to achieve more. They know that they want to do better. They know that they've got these self-imposed limitations that they keep sabotaging, that they're fucking up their results, that they keep giving up, that they're undisciplined. Yet they won't invest the money to change it because they go, yeah, but when I get the money, then I'll do it. And they never get the money because they haven't changed the way that they think. They haven't changed the way that they act. So that's part of me doing podcasts like this to try to get people to understand that until you change the way that you think, things are going to keep being the same. And so that's marketing. But then you also have to sell the product and the service. So there are two different ways of thinking about creating value. Number one is you go find something that you're enthusiastic about, and then you go and market it really, really well to the world. The other way around is that you go and find out what people want, and then you go and give it to them. So you manufacture or produce something that people want, and then you go and sell it to them. So they're probably the two ways that you really need to think about money and how to create more value in the world. Now, your value comes from your values. If I didn't love human behavior, I would have given up so many years ago, because throughout COVID, we almost had our company wiped out, but I kept going. And I kept going because I knew I wasn't going to give up. I would have to be killed in order to give up doing this. I love this so much. And I love helping people so much. I love helping people perform better and achieve and really reach their own potential, because I know that one day you're going to die. And when you die, it's not going to matter. So whatever fears you have now, they're gone. Whatever anxieties you have, they're gone. Whatever you're depressed about is gone. The people that you're going to worry about, who are going to judge and criticize you, they're going to be gone. In fact, most of them don't even give a fuck about you right now, but you give a fuck about what they think, which is why they occupy your mind. So the truth is, until you master your own mindset, you're not going to master your life. And I'm still working on mastering my mindset, and I've spent millions of dollars on study, but I still work at it because I know I let it slip sometimes. I'm a completely different person than what I was last year. And the year before that, different person again. So I'm consistently emerging into this greater version of myself week after week after week after week. And over the year, I become this different person, different traits, different ways that I show up, different ways that I do things. So if you want to create more value, there are those two ways. But the main way is that you have to find value in yourself. If you don't have value in yourself, if you don't have self-worth, you're never going to go out to the marketplace. You're never going to sell anything well. You might sell something well for a short period of time, but you end up self-destructing and self-sabotaging and blowing all your cash, which is the reason why a lot of salespeople who work in sales, who are just there for money, they will make a heap of money and then they'll go and blow it all. And they blow it all on drugs and alcohol and self-depreciating shit because it's a direct reflection of how they operate. If you get money and you use it to self-destruct or blow it, it's because you're trying to find your value in those things. So if you find your value in cocaine, if you find your value in alcohol, if you find your value in buying new cars because you're worried about what other people think, and you expect that they're going to give you this praise or this great affirmations that you're doing this great job in life, then you're probably going to find that that's bullshit. As someone who has 2 supercars, people give you just as much shit as they do praise. And if you drive around all the time expecting praise, when you get given shit, it's going to hurt like hell. I get given shit all the time. You know, I'm out and the car's big to park. So when I park my car, I can't get the door open in a standard car park. So I have to park it almost right on a line. Now I try to get an M Park or something like that, but some shithead takes a photo and then they put it on social media. Look how this fucking idiot drives, fucking wanker. Fucking hell, I should run a key down the side of it. I should fucking jump on the bonnet. This is what people think. So you have to deal with that as well. When you start making more money, I remember as a business owner, something that blew my mind is I thought that people want, the underdogs to win. I go out to the world, I start making money. Then all of a sudden every now and again, you get someone who wants a refund. And when they don't get their own way because of whatever stupid reason, like I had someone, this was last year, I had someone who bought a ticket for one of our events 3.5 years ago who never attended. And my team followed up with her something like 13 times. We sent emails to say, hey, look, if you don't attend in the next 12 months or so, we're going to have to just cut it off and say, you just can't attend anymore. How long do you let someone just fucking do whatever they want? If you buy a ticket to a music event, I'm going to pick someone let's say it's Kiss, right? Or Queen. You buy a ticket to their event in the 70s. You don't go in the 70s. You don't go back with the ticket in the 90s and say, hey, I want to go on and watch Queen play live or Metallica play live. It's been 20 fucking years. But for some reason, because you're a small business owner, people treat you like shit. And so this person said, well, if you don't give me a refund for my ticket, I'm going to go on social media because I don't want to come anymore. And I went, the ticket's fucking 3 years old. Are you kidding? And so I stood up for myself. She went nuts on social media, wanted a refund, said that I was unreasonable. This is the sort of shit that you have to deal with. So if you don't have your own value and your own self-worth, then that can be taken away by others outside of you, and you'll always buckle at the knees, especially when people are more demanding of you. And most of you who are listening to this right now, consider yourself a kind person, which is part of the reason why you don't have what you want. Because when you say kind, you're kind to other people, but you treat yourself like shit, which means that you're not kind. You're actually a fucking asshole, and you need to be told that. You're an asshole because you treat yourself like shit, and you're the valuable person. So if you don't see value in yourself, you're not going to go out to the world and hold people accountable to your value and ask for what you're worth. You're also not going to rock up every day and create greater value within yourself to grow as a person, to be better, to work on your mindset, to work on your skill sets, to consistently better yourself, because you know that every time you work on your mindset, you become more valuable. That's how I make more money now than what I've ever made. I was talking to someone the other week who's a very successful business owner. Their company does, I think, like 60 million bucks a year in revenue, and he's doing quite well. He said, look, I need to work with you. I told him my price, and he's like, man, that's expensive. It's way more than what I expected. And I said, dude, if this was your business and you were about to lose your business, would you hire a consultant that charged what I charge? Would you say that they're too expensive, or would you just know that you're hiring the best person? So if the best consultant comes into your business and charges a lot, you automatically know that they're good. I work in the mindset space, charge a lot, and you automatically think that it's too much. I'm like, are you shitting me? That just goes to show your priorities and what you value. You value your business more than you value yourself and your mindset, which is why you feel like shit. And you get your value from your business, not from yourself. That shows how mentally fucked up you are. If I lost my business, I would lose a day of sleep, maybe 2 days of sleep, and I'd start again the following day. I would figure it out. I would go and work in sales because I know the value that I can produce. I know my value. That value can't be taken away by anyone that I don't give it to that then can take it away. Most of you who are listening to this give away your value to everybody else because you expect that external things give you value. You expect that driving a nice car, people are going to validate you and think that you're better. People think that you're a kind person, so they validate you. That's why you keep letting people treat you like shit and you don't have boundaries. Some of you out there who have a business, all your value comes from your business, but you've got a wife and kids or an intimate partner at home, maybe a husband sitting at home who fucking adores you, but you can't even give them any time because your brain's always occupied by business because you think that your value comes from the business, not from yourself. And that means that when you're not working in the business, you don't have any value. So therefore, when you've got these adoring kids and amazing family looking at you, fucking admiring you like the king or queen that you are, you can't even give them attention. That's so bad. That is so fucking shit. And that shows that you have to change the way you think. That's why you need to come to one of my events, especially Thrive Time, or hire me as a coach. When you have your value, you can go out to the marketplace, and not only do you demand good value, but also you show up in a way where you can produce that value, give it to others. They go and tell more people about the great shit that you do, and you build a brand for yourself. And you become someone who is highly valuable. That's the importance of creating your value in the marketplace. And remember, value, you can exchange the word value for money. If you want more money, you've got to create more value. If you want more money, you have to become more valuable. If you want more money, you have to see your own value. If any of those three things slip, then your earning ability drops. So you can have great skill and devalue the shit out of yourself mentally, and you'll never make money. You can have tons of self-worth and self-value, but no value that you give to the world, or you're not consistently working on your skill set, you're going to earn fuck all. So you have to keep working on those values. You've got to work on your own value, the value in the marketplace, and also the way that you deliver it to the marketplace. Anyway, Driven Mofos, have a great day. Keep kicking ass. I appreciate all of you. Like, I really love this community because we're a community of driven people who won't take fucking average for an answer. Average sucks. Don't let fear define you. Keep pushing hard. Keep kicking ass. Stay driven, Driven Mofos. Most people waste their life, and I just don't want you to be one of them.